Welcome our viewers here in Nigeria and around the world. I'm Amarachi Ubani. We begin with U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris urging Israel to significantly increase the flow of aid into Gaza. She was speaking at an event in Alabama. Ms. Harris noted that the daily events in Gaza are devastating as too many innocent Palestinians are being killed, adding that the people in Gaza are starving. She reiterated President Joe Biden's commitment to urgently get more life-saving assistance to innocent people in need. The U.S. Vice President also indicated the need for an immediate ceasefire and for hostages to be reunited with their families.
Our hearts break for the victims of that horrific tragedy and for all the innocent people in Gaza who are suffering from what is clearly a humanitarian catastrophe. People in Gaza are starving. The conditions are inhumane. And our common humanity compels us to act. As President Joe Biden said on Friday, the United States is committed to urgently get more life-saving assistance to innocent Palestinians in need. And the Israeli government must do more to significantly increase the flow of aid. No excuses. They must open new border crossings. They must not impose any unnecessary restrictions on the delivery of aid. They must ensure humanitarian personnel, sites, and convoys are not targeted. And they must work to restore basic services and promote order in Gaza so more food, water, and fuel can reach those in need. I will repeat, the threat of Hamas poses to the people of Israel must be eliminated. And given the immense scale of suffering in Gaza, there must be an immediate ceasefire. For at least the next 6 weeks, which is what is currently on the table. This will get the hostages out and get a significant amount of aid in. This would allow us to build something more enduring, to ensure Israel is secure, and to respect the right of the Palestinian people to dignity, freedom, and self-determination. Hamas claims it wants a ceasefire. Well, there is a deal on the table. And as we have said, Hamas needs to agree to that deal. Let's get a ceasefire. Let's reunite the hostages with their families. And let's provide immediate relief to the people of Gaza.
Against all odds, the World Health Organization and partners have visited Al-Shifa Hospital in Gaza City to deliver medical aid, fuel, and ensure that the medical facility remains functional. Although the humanitarian operation was successful, the team is calling for a safe and secure passage to reach more people in Gaza.
One day after the tragic events at the Beach Road checkpoint, where hundreds of people lost their life and were injured. This is the first UN mission with WHO and UNICEF colleagues to the north since then. And we have brought fuel, medicines, vaccines, and specifically malnutrition food. This hospital is treating more than 200 people that were injured yesterday. We have seen people with gunshot wounds, we have seen amputees, and we have seen children as young as 12 that were injured yesterday. These events cannot be allowed to go on. We need to have safe, secure passage throughout Gaza to reach the people that need humanitarian aid. We need every single crossing into Gaza opening. We need equipment, we need food, and these people need to have not just food and water, The hospitals need equipment. They need specialized services. They need special machines. We hope that in the coming days, large convoys with food will come into North Gaza, and in this way, we can then reach people, talk to them, and see what other needs they have.
Staying with developments surrounding the Israel-Hamas war, mass protests are continuing across the globe as thousands lend their voices to tip the scale on global reaction. In New York City, hundreds of pro-Palestinian demonstrators braved the rain as they took to the streets calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. Protesters also called for an end to all U.S. funding for Israeli arms.
Because a lot of people turn a blind eye to the faces that are being murdered and full of blood and killed, and I think everyone needs to know what's going on. Everyone needs to see that we need justice now. Ceasefire now.
We march for a permanent ceasefire. We march to lift the siege on Gaza. We march to demand aid be allowed into Gaza. We march for our prisoners held in Zionist jails. Every single day moving forward, we have to build this movement. Because right now, we're in a critical moment. The scumbag politicians, the criminals who choose to spend our taxes on war rather than education, healthcare, and housing, they're feeling the pressure more than ever. So it is our task and our duty to make their support for Israel absolutely unsustainable.
Hundreds of pro-Palestinian supporters also gathered in Paris over the weekend, calling on the French government to impose sanctions on Israel. Many of them were seen holding placards and banners expressing their frustration with the French government's response to the war. Some were seen holding photos of U.S. airman Aaron Bushnell, who died after setting himself on fire in front of the Israeli embassy in Washington last month. The organizers indicated the people are more outraged than ever, and the rallies serve as a means to express anger and demand sanctions. Also more rallies, this time in the Netherlands capital Amsterdam. Hundreds of Palestinian supporters taking to the streets protesting on behalf this time of medical staff in Gaza. Unlike other protests, demonstrators wore doctors' uniforms with red paint stains symbolizing blood. They also waved Palestinian flags and chanted slogans.
So the symbolism today of this march and why we are wearing this kind of things is that hands of doctors, hands of healthcare workers, we should support healthcare. Healthcare is so important for disabled people, for the wounded, for general people who are now being slaughtered by Israel. We should help them.
For me, I am very sad for our and my student when I see them killed by the bombing in Gaza. I am stopped here in Netherlands, in Amsterdam, with my clothing, with a lot of blood also in my hand, to tell our friend, our college, our student in Gaza, we are with you.